into Lawrence Free State High School, tonight's home of the Jayhawks. Our rosters are bursting with incredible players ready to support local kids battling cancer. This is the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. I'm Danny Welniak, here with the one and only Greg Gurley and, of course, Scott Reese. This is our second year in a row that the three of us are on the call, and we are thoroughly excited to be able to support such an incredible cause and some amazing talent that will be performing tonight.
Yeah, some great talent. A lot of NBA guys that are young and are coming back. A lot of old guys. A lot of everything. And it's just it's a fun night for them. For guys like me, it's kind of like a reunion. Brian Haney does an unbelievable job of getting everybody back. Logistically, very, very difficult, but it's very cool that it's for a great cause and gets the community behind such a great cause.
The cause is incredible. The rosters are incredible. The broadcasting talent is right. No, I won't go that far. But I will say, as Greg is clearly one of the top celebrities in the building, right? We can't go 2 minutes here without props and fist bumps and handshakes. But you can appreciate as much as anybody how special this event is because it is Kansas basketball. And there are not a lot of programs in America that could pull this off to this extent for 16 straight years.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth. I say it every year, and I've never worked anywhere else or played anywhere else, so I don't know. But I can't imagine the type of involvement that our alumni has in coming back and wanting to come back for a great cause. Now, sure, selfishly, they get to see their old buddies, and we were in the locker room hanging out, just seeing everybody that you haven't seen for a while, and a lot of memories, a lot of stories, a lot of lives, and it's fun. But again, all for such a great cause, and again, Brian Haney does such an unbelievable job getting this all together, and we're only a small piece of this, but it's a fun piece.
Yeah, this event has now helped 40-plus families to date, and we will introduce you to our Magnificent Seven here shortly. But for right now, we're going to step aside, and the starting lineups coming up next. For tonight's DePasquale Moore starting lineups, here's public address announcer Eric Danielson.
Let's hear tonight's participants. We'll start with your Crimson Squad. At guard, an All-American and national champion from Chicago, Illinois, number 4, Sharon Collins. At forward, a national champion and All-American turned Brooklyn net in the NBA from Denton, Texas, number 10, Jalen Wilson. At guard, your new head soccer coach of your Kansas Jayhawks, number 11, Nate Lee. At guard, a Final Four participant and former Cleveland Cavalier from Shreveport, Louisiana, number 14, Malik Newman. At forward, a national champion and NBA world champion with Golden State from Kansas City, Missouri, number 25, Brandon Rush. At forward, a former All-American and lottery pick with the New Orleans Hornets from Chicago Heights, Illinois, number 30, Julian Wright. At guard, another 1,000 career point scorer for the KU women's team from Olathe, Kansas, number 33, Kylie Kopatich. At forward, the man who once posted 16 points and 16 rebounds in the national championship game from Lee's Summit, Missouri, number 42, Jeff Graves. At guard, one of only 5 players all time to win an NCAA and NBA title in back-to-back years, from Burlington, Kansas, Christian Brown. And forward, the winningest Jayhawk ever in a 6-year career, NBA national champion from Gilbert, Arizona, number 44, Mitch Lightfoot. Now let's meet your coaching staff. From the Crimson team, coached by an 11-year NBA veteran and Big 8 career block record holder, Greg Ostertag. We got one more player. As always, the forgotten fullback from the 2008 Orange Bowl team, number 35, Brandon McAnderson. All right, let's meet the rest of those coaches from the 1991 Final Four team, Alonzo Jameson. A 1996 McDonald's All-American, Lester Earl. 2012 national runner-up and All-American on his scooter. No, he's walking out. It's Tyshawn Taylor. And from the Phoenix Suns, Udoka Azubuike. And a 2-time All-American and 2-time Final Four participant, Wayne Simeon. Let's hear it for your Rock Chalk Roundball Classic Crimson team. All right, as we get that Crimson team off the floor, we're excited to introduce their opponent tonight, our blue team. At guard, a member of 2 KU Final Four teams from Kansas City, Missouri, number 1, Jeff Hawkins. At guard, a 5-time NFL Pro Bowl cornerback and Super Bowl champion from Richardson, Texas, number 3, Akeem Tlaib. At guard, a former Big 12 Player of the Year and current member of the San Antonio Spurs from Raleigh, North Carolina, number 4, Devontae Graham. And at guard, a rising star who won a spot in this year's Roundball live auction from Southwest Middle School, number 4, Charlie Graham. At guard, a 2022 national champion from Leawood, Kansas, number 12, Chris Tehan. At guard, the winningest Jayhawk of all time in a 4-year career from Burlington, Kansas, number 14, Tyrell Reed. At forward, a member of the 2018 Final Four team from Angola, number 22, Silvio de Sousa. At forward, a recent graduate of the University of Kansas, making his Roundball Classic debut from Burlington, Kansas, number 23, Parker Brown. At guard, one of the greatest defenders of the Bill Self era from Kansas City, Missouri, number 24, Travis Relaford. At guard, a national champion and All-American turned Toronto Raptor from Kansas City, Missouri, number 33, Ocha Apaju. Now let's meet your coaches for the blue team. The head coach, a Toronto Raptor and former Gatorade National Player of the Year from Wichita, Kansas, Grady Dick. And his assistant coaches tonight from the 1986 Final Four team, Calvin Thompson. Legendary Jayhawk three-point sharpshooter, Billy Thomas. A two-time Final Four participant, Patrick Ritchie.
Yes. I'm 26.
The man who hit the game winner in the 2022 National Championship game, David McCormack. A 2008 national champion now running for Congress to represent you in the 2nd District of the House. It's Matt Kleinman. Former KU women's basketball standout Barbara Atkins-Henry. Let's hear it one more time for this year's Blue Squad. Now, before we tip off tonight's game, we want to introduce you to this year's beneficiaries. Let's direct your attention to the West Wall for a video on tonight's Magnificent Seven.
Azel in Hebrew means noble or distinguished, and he is nothing shy of that. Azel is a 4-year-old Ghostbuster-loving little boy, and he has never met a stranger.
He is very sympathetic and empathetic towards others who are hurting or struggling. As much as we try to teach him, he's teaching us life lessons every single day.
I don't think we knew to what magnitude that the financial hardship would hit our family.
It's been a challenge financially to keep up.
It's a very vulnerable state to be in when we have to ask for financial help when we never had to do that in the past.
The assistance that we'll receive from the Rock Chalk Jayhawk Roundball Classic will be a tremendous blessing for our family.
It gives us an opportunity to buy chemo medicine for our son, rent, or with gas to go to the hospital as much as we do, and we are forever grateful for that.
Calvin's 4 years old, loving older brother to his 2-year-old sister Hannah. Oftentimes is pranking mom and dad with some Spider-Man moves or some hide and seek.
He's grown up really fast. He picks up on every little thing. He wants to know about all the processes and become interested in medicine, actually. He's always so positive through even the hardest times.
But like the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic, it's his blessing. I didn't even know it really existed until recently.
I wanted to say thank you very much for all the generosity, the kind words, to the donations. It means the world for us and just such a blessing.
Isaac is the ultimate goofball. Everybody adores him. All the kids at school know him by name. Everybody is so happy to see him when he can come to school, and just, he brightens up every room.
He's maintained a very positive attitude, and he's very funny about everything, and he tells all the doctors and nurses jokes. What do you get when two peas get in a fight?
Black-eyed peas.
That's right. It's been rough.
You don't think about just the cost of things like fuel. I've put over 7,000 miles on it, and he was just diagnosed, just had his surgery the first day of December. We're able to take this incredible gift and use it to buy ourselves certainty in a time that is, by all definitions, uncertain.
Kira is a sweet girl. She's very shy. She loves softball and crafty stuff, and she likes to swim a lot in the summertime.
Mostly unbothered, no matter what's put in front of her. She's just a very strong kid, and we're proud of her.
we figure things out. I think that's a good motto for us, is we're gonna figure it out. No matter what's put in front of us, whether it's like work or hospital visits or what are we gonna do with Amelia, her little sister, we will figure things out.
Rowdy Ray is a high energy, very strong and versatile young man. He likes climbing things all the time.
He does good and he listens. He knows so much about it, like more than you think that they know.
When he first got sick, I took off 33 days of work.
Because we was in the hospital that long. You just have to be strong and take care of him. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Owen, he is 6. He is full of energy. He's crazy, he's fun.
He's strong, courageous, he's a fighter. Kid's not scared of anything. He's tackled about every task along this way. So when we found out that he had the mass, we definitely went into the fight mode. The next thing you know, you're faced with massive bills and, above and beyond the house, because we focused on that.
It's amazing to see how generous and kind people are. Complete strangers, people you never know, will never probably actually even meet.
Lucas has always had a really good disposition. Even as a baby, he's just been pretty happy-go-lucky and always really determined. And he also loves music. He'll dance to songs, and that just makes him really happy.
I've learned he's a tough guy. If he can get through the last 75 days the way he did, then I think we can get through these next 2.5 years and beat this thing.
He's done everything with a smile. I mean, obviously there's been some really hard days where he hasn't been himself. Yeah, that's right. He's just a happy boy.
When he was born, we didn't know that he was going to be born with Down syndrome. The last 2.5 years, Lucas has continued to break barriers, if you will, and meet those milestones and, change our lives really and just change how we look at the world. And we're proud of Lucas every single day. I want to thank everyone in attendance today at the Roundball Classic and coming out to support Lucas and all the other kids who are fighting their diagnosis and their families that are along this fight with them. Just you being in here, showing your support means so much to our family, and we really appreciate everything you've done for us. And we hope you enjoy the weekend, the basketball game, the bowling, and the gala. And we look forward to meeting a lot of you.
Point guard, standing in at 2 feet, 8 inches tall, a 2-year-old from Olathe, Kansas, Lucas Kuminga. Lucas is joined by his mom and dad, Colby and Christina. Let's meet a shooting guard measuring 3 feet 6 inches tall, a 6-year-old from Wichita, Kansas. It's Rowdy Campbell. Rowdy's joined by his mom, Sally, and stepdad, Johnny, and his sister, Isadora, and brother Raider are here tonight, too. The next member of your Magnificent Seven is a small forward, standing in at just 3 feet 5 inches tall, a 4-year-old from Shawnee, Kansas. It's Calvin Smith! Calvin brought his mom, Elizabeth, his dad, Josh, and his little sister, Hannah, tonight. Up next, it's another shooting guard checking in at 3 feet 9 inches tall, a 7-year-old from Topeka, Isaac Reynolds. Joining Isaac are his mom, Jill, dad, Andrew, his brother, Jamie, and his sister, Julia. Now let's meet your power forward at 3 feet 5 inches tall, a 4-year-old from Wichita, Ozell Price. Azell is joined by his mom, Abigail, and his dad, Darnell. At small forward, checking in at 3 feet 7 inches tall, a 6-year-old from Harrisonville, Missouri, Owen Ragsdale. Owen is joined by his mom, Megan, his father, Josh, his twin brother, Rhett, and their sister, Collins. And at center, the leading lady of the Roundball this year, standing in at 4 feet 11 inches tall, an 11-year-old from Topeka, it's Kiara Whiting. Here's joined by her mother, Caitlin, her stepdad, Austin, and her little sister, Maymay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for the reason we're all here tonight. It's your Roundball Magnificent Seven. Now stay standing for our national anthem, performed tonight by Joshua Rivera.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much for joining us, the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. If you want to give to this amazing cause, log on to rockchalkroundballclassic.com. Hang tight, we'll be right back. Welcome back into the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic here at Lawrence Free State High School. I'm Danny Welniak. Alongside me is Greg Gurley and Scott Reese. We're getting ready for tip-off. Anything you guys are looking forward to tonight?
I want to see how long these NBA guys actually play.
Exactly.
When you look at Christian and Jalen, Devontae, Ochai, guys that do this for a living now. I don't know if we're going to see them for very long, but it'll be fun to see their competitive juices flow a little bit.
And by the way, props to Brian Haney for talking some of these guys into giving them a couple of minutes, because there was some uncertainty there, especially with CB.
Oh, no question, but he looks like he is ready to go. Again, this is for charity, but these guys, competitive all around. Ochai Abaji, a nice little layup, starting it off for the blue team. Gotta love that. Christian Brown, nice to have him here.
Speaking of Christian Brown, 365 days ago today, he won the NBA Finals with the Denver Nuggets.
And he takes
right
the
on
three.
cue.
One of 6 players, I believe, to ever win national title in an NBA final back-to-back years.
Travis Relaford trying to answer with a 3 of his own, but just off the rim. Malik Newman, he was Mr. March for a little bit.
Oh, he was Mr. March for sure. Omaha Regional against Duke. Scored every single point in that overtime period, 13, I believe, to propel Kansas to San Antonio.
Ochai with another nice little layup, putting the blue team up 4-0 with 19 to go here.
Ochai, the early favorite for game MVP, by the way.
Or the most shots.
Well, those things may go hand in hand.
There he is.
That's
Mr.
from
March.
about 32.
From deep, a little bit of showmanship I can appreciate.
You know, we were talking, Scott, about, I haven't been anywhere else, so I don't know what it's like, but a lot of these guys have been at other schools. You know, you look at Malik at Mississippi State, and he's a Jayhawk. Now, that was his last school, but it's so cool to see everyone adopt this community.
Christian Brown with the pick and then takes it in for a nice dunk. Again, look, these guys, there's going to be a ton of offense.
Devontae from
Graham.
Topeka.
I like being able to see all the offense. Not a whole lot of defense, which is half of the fun of it, right?
These people did not come to see defense.
They did not. The alley-oop to Silvio De Sosa, who has had a remarkable journey back here. Last year was his first time taking part in the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. Nice to see him coming back
Yeah,
again.
there's another kid, like I was talking about, that, you think about everything that he went through, and now he calls this place home and is always welcomed back with open arms, as Devontae is going to get another opportunity. But how about a fan favorite, Chris Tehan knocks down the three-pointer. His mom and dad, Mark and Donna, are here.
Only one Tehan this year.
Kind of the first family of Kansas basketball before the Browns. You think about Christian and Parker playing here last year as well. Parker's here tonight after graduating last year. 2 years at Missouri, 2 years at Santa Clara.
Tehan just a little bit off, but Jalen on the other end, dishing it to Christian Brown and Malik Newman. Another three. Did not, but the follow through from Mitch Lightfoot.
Where's the box out?
Nah, there's no box out. No defense, no box out. But Mitch Lightfoot back after his second year of playing professionally. He was in Belgium this past year. His first year playing overseas, he got hurt. It was kind of his first full year, but he did say, I'm very happy to be back home.
And it's so nice to see these guys come back, even if they're not from Kansas or from Missouri or from this area.
Well, yeah, no question about it. I mean, and it's been that way for a long time. And a couple of Ochai with
one-handed slam.
The big punch. Got some of my teammates are here. You look at Patrick Ritchie, Lonzo Jameson, Greg Ostertag, the coach for the red team.
Blue team making sure that everybody gets a little piece of it. I like Tehan taking the deep shot.
We got to start telling Tehan they're not here to see him. Oh, didn't take the dunk. Threes are worth more than two.
Wilson for the three.
Simple math. Threes over twos.
Simple
Which,
math.
look, is just as entertaining sometimes as the dunk itself. All right, Malik Newman getting the pick. Brown setting up. Lightfoot out to Newman. Newman for the three. And Brown there for the follow through. Gotta love that. All right.
Here down on the baseline, we got the current Jayhawks down there. Hunter Dickinson, Zeke Mayo, got AJ, Will.
Oh, nice.
Rakis, got everybody here. Jamari, Justin. So most everybody from this year's team or this upcoming team are down there.
And that says something.
Oh, for sure. And they're going to look at this and say, like, when I'm done playing here,
come back
and give my time and money to this.
Speaking of guys coming right back.
Yes, Marlia. She is on the sideline right now. Marlia, we're going to send it to you.
Hey, guys. You got us? We are here with Grady Dick. Grady, we know you're not playing tonight, but you got an important role of coaching. How are you embracing that here tonight?
I don't really know. Never coached before, but we're here for a good cause, so it's all about fun and good chance to see all the guys I haven't seen in a long time. So it's a great time.
Yeah, your first Rock Chalk Roundball Classic, correct? Yeah. We're going to see a lot of dunks tonight. We're going to see a lot of highlights, but my favorite moment every year is seeing our starters come down and getting to high-five the players. What was that moment like for you, getting to experience that for the first time?
It's a super special moment, seeing kids, in all different good opportunities to, come down here, and the opportunity that I have and, all these guys to come here and, be with them is, I don't take it lightly because, it's a blessing. You get to bring, happiness and, excitement and then all that stuff. So it's coming in here and, just making it fun for everyone is really the main thing.
What has your return to Lawrence been like? We got a lot of KU faithful here tonight.
My return? Oh, it's been amazing. I've been here actually couple weeks now. I love it here. I'm only in Wichita, like an hour and a half away. So it was a good chance for me to get up here and work out with some of these guys. Ochai was here, so it's cool when you see guys come back to their college towns, and it really just shows what this place means to all of us.
Well, it looks like your team needs you, but can we get a Daffy Duck impression before we let you go?
All right, I haven't done it in like months. Oh, Brett's here, and this is why I'm doing it. All right. All right.
Interrupted. That was great. Thanks, Grady. Appreciate you.
Joining us on the Crimson side for the first time, that's Sharon Collins bringing it up, dumping it down to the gravy.
Big old Jeff Graves gets on the board early. Lee Summit native, had a great run in that 03 national championship runner-up team.
Boy, some of these guys are huffing and puffing there on the bench.
Taking a deep breath.
Yeah, we need some oxygen. We're not even in Colorado.
Jeff Hawkins to Talib, kisses it off the backboard.
One of the all-time great athletes, 5-time Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champ, Aqib Talib.
Sharon Collins.
Coaching now at Oak Park High School in Kansas City.
And very successfully coaching.
Had a great season last year, and just really figured out how to, go from the hardwood to the bench. And he's got him rolling out there at Oak Park.
You ever do any coaching?
I never did. I mean, third grade girls when my kids were growing up.
Yep.
But other than that, no, I never did. My girls played volleyball more than anything, so I don't know why I never did. I wouldn't be very good at it. I just think I'm better than all my players. And I just don't think I'd be very good at it. So, sign of a great guy is understanding his weaknesses,
That's right? No,
I understand that.
No, you're wrong.
I don't think I'd be very good at it. Maybe I'd be a good recruiter. How about that?
There you go. Well, hey, let's be honest. That's maybe just
that's the name of the game right now.
Exactly.
We can get somebody for the X's and O's.
Exactly.
So now we've got a good group of subs in here now, giving everybody a little bit of a break. How far are you pushing your competitiveness on this court without getting injured?
Well, you play these things a lot, and you kind of go three-point line to three-point line, or if no one's around, you go get a layup. But there's very, very little contact, so you shouldn't worry about it too much. But
until late in the fourth quarter,
there you go.
When it's 101-101 as we had last year.
But
right?
and everybody's on the same page, so it's not like there's guys taking charges or anything like that. So everyone's on the same page, but there's definitely some guys that are going to be more competitive than others. And that's usually the guys that aren't still playing.
That's by design.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder, we may not see Christian Brown again. I think I heard Michael Malone call in when he dunked earlier.
Yes,
that's about enough of that.
I also really love the football player to basketball player connections, just like this.
Almost had it right there. Yeah.
And then Brown with the follow and the dunk. Parker Brown.
We got Nate Lee out here, the new soccer coach of the University of Kansas by way of Xavier. Just a great guy, and going to have us rolling again in soccer.
A lot of people really excited about the culture that he's going to bring to the table.
Yeah, no question about it. We're excited to have him, and have gotten to know him over the last couple of months, and just a great guy. And like you said, the culture is going to be fantastic.
Well, it's a pretty good era for Kansas athletics these days.
We're having a good run right now. I mean, obviously football has been so much fun after so many years of struggles, and for a guy like me who's been there a long time in the athletic department, it's just so fun for our fan base to have something good happen to them on the football field. Happy for the kids, happy for the coaches. And then the proof is in the success. We're building a brand new football stadium, which is going to be cutting edge.
The charity director, Brian Haney, has planned a special surprise for the audience here at Lawrence Free State High School.
I don't know why he gave me the mic. I'm normally not at a loss for words. There's nothing like Jayhawk Nation. You guys know that. We thank you guys for coming out and supporting what we're doing. Something missing, Rodney. Something's missing. I know this is a long time. No, we're going to go ahead and take a minute time out. a little story about Coach Owens when he was recruiting me as a 9th grader. He said, "We don't want you for 4 years. We want you for life." And he wanted to make me a Jayhawk for life. And I tell you guys, it's nothing like the support that you guys give us. And this is not basketball related, but Barbara, I want you for life. Will you marry me?
Incredible moment, right? Nothing more romantic than proposing on a basketball court, right? Is that no? Well, I did have a chance to talk to Calvin before the game, and I think I was like one of 2 people, 3 people
there was
who
a
actually
very
knew
tight
that
circle.
this was happening.
Who
A
knew this
very
was
tight
coming.
circle.
Yeah.
But how cool that their numbers 35 and 20, and today is officially the 55th day that they have been dating.
Oh, very cool.
So very, very incredible. A lot of like numbers and thought going into this. I loved, he gave the backstory of like, you know, in college, they were there at the same time, but that was not the right time. That was not the right time for them to be dating. And God led them back to each other after, obviously, their college.
Surprised me. And Danny really did a nice job of keeping that secret.
You know, hey, sometimes I am one to know that sometimes those proposals are really important to keep a secret until the moment.
Well, the last person you want to tell is me. I would have told I would have probably told everybody. So good job.
Well, and Barbara had no idea either. She was just asked to be a part of this as a part of the coaching staff because they had uneven numbers for the coaches. So it just made sense that you would need another coach on the floor on the blue team.
Boy, and how crazy, 35-20, right? Those were our numbers.
Those are the numbers.
That's the score right now is 35-23. Like, how, that would have been eerie.
No.
If it was 35-20 right now.
1981 to 85.
And everything about them has been very, I wouldn't say like calculated, but very like beautifully coincidental when it comes to like numbers and how they've come together.
Awesome.
So only fitting that that would be the case on the scoreboard as well.
Kansas women's basketball really got pushed to the forefront back in February and March when Caitlin Clark was going for her record. And, you know, it was very, I was one of the first ones that kind of noticed it, like they were going to say that she was going to break Kelsey Plum, but they weren't, no mention of Lynette Woodard, who had almost 4,000 points, but back in the day.
And that storyline's gotten a lot of play around these parts.
It's such a weird deal that it was the, I can't remember exactly what the governing body was, but it wasn't the NCAA. And it just, it's like they didn't play back then. Ridiculous, but I thought Lynette Woodard handled it so gracefully in all of her interviews, and you know, because there were other women's stars that didn't.
For sure. Well, okay, now we have to get to the bottom of this and hear from the duo themselves. So we're going to send it over to Marlia Campbell, who's got both of them standing by.
Hey guys, we are with the couple of the hour, the happily newly engaged couple. Oh, what a moment. Did you see that coming at all? Did you know that was happening? How are you feeling right now? Yeah, a little overwhelming, I'm sure. Tell us a little bit about the story. We heard Brian talk about the significance of 55. Can you tell us why today?
Well, today is the 55th. I'm crazy about numbers. I wore 35, she wore 20, and I didn't want to wait till next year, and it wouldn't have been 55 days, and we grew in love. I wanted to be with her for the rest of my life, and I couldn't think of a better venue to do it in.
Celebrating with your KU family, right? Wishing you guys a lifetime of happiness. Congratulations, and thanks for taking the time. We sure appreciate it. Back to you guys.
I love that. Barbara just speechless.
By the way, Danny, just so we're clear, the number 4 on the floor right now, Graham, that's Charlie, not Devontae.
I couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah, so
not related.
Charlie's over
a little
there
shorter.
shooting threes.
That's him right there. And he's jacking up shots.
He is.
He's unafraid.
I like the confidence. So actually, his parents, Brandon and Andrea, bid on a spot for him to play in the game during the Roundball Celebrity Dinner a couple years ago. Finally getting a chance to cash in now, and he just looks like one of the guys.
Yeah, and Charlie's he's a triplet. His two brothers are here. I'm not sure how Charlie got picked of the three.
Yeah, right.
But Brandon and Andrea, great supporters of the Roundball Classic and everything Lawrence, owners of Jefferson.
Oh, he's got to work on the pick and roll, though.
A couple turnovers there, yeah. Come on, Charlie. Owners of Jefferson's, Basil Leaf, and just a really good family. Here comes Greg Ostag's going to grab Charlie. Come on, Charlie, go. Greg Ostag.
Oh, we got a dunk coming.
Oh.
We got a dunk coming.
Greg's going to.
Yes.
To a standing ovation, and he hangs on the rim too.
They could have teed him up for that.
There's no technical on that. Look, Charlie gets to do whatever he wants, okay?
Love it.
Seriously, can you imagine at that age getting to do this?
I know, it's crazy. I mean,
that's phenomenal.
You know, we talk all the time about my kids have been a part of so many cool things. Not that I didn't get to do cool stuff, but you know, as Kansas Cityans, when you look at the Royals, the Chiefs winning 3 Super Bowls, Jayhawks 2 national titles in their short life so far. It's good to be a kid from Kansas City if you're a Jayhawk fan. Tyrell Reed working locally. Works a lot with our athletes. Just the all-time winningest Jayhawk.
All right, we're going to take a look back real quick. The replay of the Charlie Graham dunk.
Then he hangs on.
Hanging on.
Lefty.
One arm.
Look at that. He's strong.
Break that down for me.
That's just strength. That's just pure strength by Greg and Charlie.
Oh, I was wrong. Christian Brown getting more minutes.
Look, nobody in here is going to be sad about that. Newman getting the 3. Blue team's up 40-31 on the Crimson team right now with about 5 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the first half.
A little bit of kind of a low-scoring game when you look at 40-31, almost 15 minutes in.
Look at going.
Ochai, two-handed slam.
Effortless
per usual, kind of his MO. It's fine.
We talk about Ochai and then Jalen Wilson and the maturation in their career about what they decided to kind of test the waters, get that information that maybe they should stay in college, and they both turned it into All-American years and into the NBA. And
it worked out
without that extra year, who knows where they would have been drafted. And then obviously Ochai coming back helped earn us a national championship as the MOP of the Final Four, which this is nothing at all against Ochai, but David McCormick probably should have been the MOP, and I think Ochai would have gladly agreed with me, but getting that ring is all that matters.
McCormick in the building as well as a coach.
Yeah, I talked to Big D-Mac before the game. I hadn't seen him in like a couple years. I don't think he came back last year.
No, he wasn't here last year.
He was playing in Turkey and just one of the, a guy that had been so analyzed and dissected by our fan base and the media, and to have the finish that he had, because one of the most judged, when you look at social media and whatever, there were people that were down on him, and he won us a national championship.
The second half of that season and into the postseason, no question.
Part of the reason, I go back to the MOP part of it, as a broadcaster, they let us vote on it.
Right, yeah.
But you have to vote on it
before,
and turn it in with about 2 minutes to go in the game. Yeah. And he makes the final
winner.
2 field goals of the national championship. Yeah. I think a lot of votes would have changed.
I think you're right.
We talk about a lot of these players coming back who aren't necessarily from Kansas or Missouri or from the Kansas City area, but I think one of the funnest things about that 22 national championship run was you had 2 guys who were from the area, and Christian, who's now dished it off to Mitch Lightfoot, who makes the basket, but you have Christian and Ochai, who are both from this area, one from Kansas, one from Missouri, who were a vital part of that run.
Right, and I just, you look at during the last 5 years or so, and this Kansas team, when you talk about McDonald's All-Americans and 5 stars, and this is nothing against Jay Will Ochai or Christian, but you look at it, it's obviously possible to win with guys that stick around. You got to get old and stay old, and that's what Kansas did with a couple of local guys that were kind of afterthoughts. Ochai was for sure an afterthought when you looked at the recruiting. Look at Tyrell Reed.
Still getting up.
40 plus and can still, he's 40, isn't he? Is he 40 yet? Say that. What do you think?
That's a great question. I
Okay.
don't speculate on people's ages, to be honest with
But
you.
his last year was 11, so, okay, so he's probably, anyway, my point back to what you were talking about with local guys and guys that weren't 5 stars,
Yeah.
it proves that get guys that are role players that turn into stars. Easier said than done.
The Roundball Classic would also like to thank the Lawrence Shirt Factory for donating tonight's uniforms. Thanks to Mike Urish for his team for making our players look so good. Now let's meet tonight's future stars.
The Roundball Classic is excited to spotlight 4 other children that even though they weren't selected to be members of this year's Magnificent Seven, they're inspiring us every single day to beat cancer. We're calling this group the Future Stars, and we'd like to thank the generosity of the Miller Retirement Group. We're able to honor them in a very special way. If you could put your hands together for our 4 future stars, Elijah, Brody, Wiley, and Tegan.
Come on out, guys. They may be the actual stars of the show next year. We celebrate them for their courage and their toughness in the face of daunting circumstances, and we reward them with $5,000 checks to each and every family. Give it up one more time for the Future Stars. Guys, thanks to your generosity, not only do these families leave with $5,000 each tonight, but 20 more kids over the course of the next 9 months through the Roundball Classic Benevolence Fund will each get a $5,000 gift as well. We'll be able to impact more than 30 kids this year thanks to your generosity. And thanks to great partners like Nate Miller of the Miller Retirement Group. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, guys. Rock Chalk.
Just incredible what Brian Haney has been able to do with the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic these past 16 years. And it's amazing to think that he started this back in 2009 as just like an idea to honor and support the family of a local Lawrence youth pastor. This is now an annual event and has raised over $1.3 million for local families battling cancer.
Well, another thing to add, for 4 of those years, he was living in Lubbock, Texas. So he wasn't always here, and he would come back and do this and does an amazing job. It's not just a one-night event. It's obviously tomorrow night going to have the dinner and then bowling on Saturday, but the amount of meetings and preparation that his board and his staff has to do to pull something off like this is amazing.
Well, you know, I made the point earlier that I'm not sure there's another program in America that could pull this off to this level year in and year out. I'm not sure there's another play-by-play guy in America who could pull this off to this level year in and year out. The logistics, Greg, like you're talking about, are insane to make this what it is.
Definitely not a color analyst that could pull it off. I would agree with you on that one. I mean, the organization is not my deal, but man, he is amazing.
Yeah, they have so many different things going on. Not only tonight, obviously coming here, being a part of this is a big part of contributing to these local families, but also if you can't be here in person all year long, you can make a donation by visiting rockchalkroundballclassic.com.
Yeah, tomorrow night at the dinner, Brian and I will MC kind of a panel discussion. I believe it's Hunter Dickinson, Greg Ostertag, Aqib Talib, Jay Will, and Christian Brown will be up there. And so we'll have some.
Here it comes.
Oh, the first one.
Deep from Graham. Also, Graham almost shooting that from over here in front of our table.
Oh, yeah.
And I also noticed that he had some autographs already on his jersey. This clearly as fun for the players as it is for everybody else involved.
Well, and I'm guessing those jerseys with the autographs are going to be auctioned off at some point.
Correct. They always do that, and afterwards, everybody here in attendance gets an opportunity to get autographs from the players and coaches. And Scott, Danny.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what people want.
A Danny Welniak signature, that thing doubles in value
I mean,
instantaneously.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
What's
She
your
charged
number?
me $10 to get her on.
What number do you write down?
Look, I don't put that into the public, okay? I let people just make that decision for
But if
themselves.
you gotta pick a number,
and then
what's your
I
go-to
donate it
number?
to charity, of course. That's how we all do this, right, Greg?
Exactly.
All right, we're going to send it to Marlia Campbell, who has a very special guest over there on the red team. Marlia?
Quickly before halftime, we're catching up with KU legend Sharon Collins. Coach Sharon Collins, coaching the Oak Park High School team to the Final Four. What was this season like for you guys?
It was special. I kind of walked into a good group. I just needed to coach them up a little bit, and they were well coached when I got them. So it kind of made it easy. And then what I've done playing wise, they respect that. So it was a good, fun year, and they're really coachable. So you get high talent guys that's coachable. It makes it like a dream job. So I had an amazing time. We almost won it all, went to the Final Four, so it was a great year for us.
I know this community means so much to you. How special is it to be back here for the Roundball Classic? Good luck doing this.
It means so much, and as you see the crowd, I think this is why we come back. Obviously, for the overall, the message is helping the kids, but helping the kids and being able to come back and play in front of everybody that loved us so much and when we were so young, and just to come back and see them still loving us, it makes it amazing. So that's why you see all these guys coming back, because it's just the best feeling in America.
Awesome. Appreciate all you do. Good luck in the second half.
Brown with the buzzer beater.
Buzzer beater, beautiful, from almost half court.
Lines it up, knocks it down.
Lines it up, gorgeous. Well, it is officially halftime, 57-51. Make sure you guys check out rockchalkroundballclassic.com. We will be back after halftime.
We are now joined by 7-foot sensation, Hunter Dickinson. Welcome to the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. Is it your first? Did you come last year to this?
Yes, I came here last year.
What do you think of this? I mean, as a guy that's kind of new to this area, been here a year, how cool is it to see the Grady's and the CBs and everybody come back and be embraced by this community?
No, it's really fun just to come out here. That's part of the reason why I wanted to come for my second year, was just to, try to support and be like the other guys who come around. It's really cool to see. I don't think this is, I think this is very unique. I don't think a lot of other schools could really pull this off. And it just goes to show you, the support that not only the fans get, but the former players as well.
All right, real quick, let's talk about this upcoming season. A lot of newcomers, smart guys, great guys coming back. KJ, DeJuan, yourself, obviously. I don't want to look at what you wrote me because I'll start giggling. But you've been with these guys now for 2 or 3 weeks with a lot of the new guys. Tell me a little bit about what to expect.
Yeah, I think the first thing that stands out is the athleticism. We got a lot of athletic guys, a couple guys from the SEC. But, just the athleticism is really different this year. I think, I was telling guys this year, I think the layup line is going to be a lot different this year, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, having depth. And, we talk about having 8 or 9 starters. And we got competitiveness in practice. And last year, everything had to go right. Had a great non-conference, but when things had some injuries, it was difficult.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, the Big 12 is the best league in the country. And so you're gonna go through some tough battles, and you got to need a lot of guys to be able to play. You can't just play, 5, 6, or 7 guys. And so I think this year we definitely, like you said, have 8 to 9 really good guys that we can rely on each and every night.
You battled a little bit with your shoulder. Everything good?
Yeah, no, did a lot of rehab with Shed and Tyrell out here, so it's good to see him play. But did a lot of rehab over the spring, continue it into the summer. Feels really good. Can't wait to get out there with the guys.
All right, big boy. Thanks for joining us.
All right, see you guys.
Rock Chalk.
Rock Chalk.
That's Hunter Dickinson. Another preseason All-American run for him and postseason, right? So Hunter Dickinson joins us here on the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic.
I tell you what, I mean, how massive is it to have this guy back?
Well, he's just
on a roster that is loaded top to bottom. But when Hunter announced he was coming back, that immediately vaulted KU back into the preseason #1 in America conversation.
Well, you think about how nice it is for a coach to say, all right, I got a big guy that you just roll out there and he's going to fall into 18 and 11, right? And I think even Hunter will tell you that 18 and 11 could be 23
it could be
and
25
14,
and 20, yeah, totally.
But when you put the pieces around them with shooters, with athletes, DeJuan's got a backup now. Unfortunately for El Marco had that injury, but we got guys, and it's going to be a fun year. Probably your preseason #1 team in the country will be back with the second half action here at the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic.
Welcome back to Lawrence Free State High School, home of the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. We're getting ready to start the second half here with the blue team leading the way 57-51 over the Crimson team. Had a great halftime. This obviously is for an incredible cause. We did have an opportunity potentially to win a truck. Unfortunately, 2 shots was not enough, though.
Ah, so close.
They were online.
They were online. Yeah.
They were, certainly. Real quick, before we tip off, first half takeaways.
Typical Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. A lot of really, really deep threes, some dunks, not a lot of defense.
Yep, totally.
My biggest takeaway is the number of minutes we saw from guys like Jalen Wilson here, who are,
hope we're saying good things.
First and second year NBA guys. Christian Brown, they played a lot that first half, and they're out here to start the second half.
We talk about, like you heard me earlier talk about 5 stars, lottery picks and all that, but when you look at Jay Will and Christian Brown and where they got drafted, it's so much to do with the team that drafts you. Christian Brown goes to, would he want to be the 6th pick in the draft? Yes, but he was the 20, I don't even remember what it was, but he went to Denver, obviously. It's a playoff team. He got great minutes. Didn't have to do, like, you don't have to go in there and be the guy. You kind of be a role player, and he's found his niche, and sometimes it's great to be drafted a little later.
21st pick in the draft, and safe to say it could not have worked out any better than going to Denver and winning a title in year 1.
And he got better this year. His second year was so good. Obviously, they had a disappointing finish. They weren't the 1 seed, but they were the 3 or whatever. Right. And I don't think anybody saw
right on cue. Quick hands.
Best player in the league, and Jokic
Again, Michael Malone on line 2.
Well, and this year there were so many of those. There was just some. I think it kind of captivated everyone. We watch it more because we're Kansas fans, but man, he would go up and rise up over Rudy Gobert or somebody like that, and everybody's like, "Oh, where'd that come from?"
Yeah,
we've seen it for a long time. There's Kylie hit her first.
Kylie knocking it down.
2 for 2.
2 for 2.
But
she hit 175 of those in her Kansas career. So
Devontae had a tough go with San Antonio. Never really got a chance. They're a young team. Had Wembanyama, a lot of other young guards. See if Kylie can get 3 for 3.
Oh yeah. It's
so
online.
Close.
But probably a guy that I think he's got 1 more year under contract, so hopefully he can get traded or maybe even released.
Yeah.
And then you go find
the right situation.
Find the right situation, because we all know Devontae, great team guy, can really score the ball, knows how to play at that level, and should have many, many more years in the NBA. Jalen Wilson
for 3. So we have a 62-60 score with 18 minutes left to go in the second half.
Jay Will had a 2-way contract that turned into a fully guaranteed. He really impressed everybody within the Brooklyn Nets organization. So got a great opportunity to have a great career up there.
On the break.
Over to Kapatic. She takes another shot.
Just effortless. Absolutely
so
effortless.
Easy. And it's so fun to watch that.
Well, this year has been unprecedented in the women's game of how, people finally caught on and they're watching it, and it took
the greatest player of all time, maybe?
It took Caitlin Clark. It took kind of a villain. It's almost like a story to a degree when you look at Angel Reese and what they did to kind of captivate all of college women's basketball, and it was really fun to watch. And it's gone into the WNBA. I mean, the numbers I read today, everything is up by not like 10, 15%. It's like 500%. I mean, the numbers are staggering, which is great.
It's fantastic. It's been a long time in the making and absolutely necessary. Something else that's absolutely necessary, Marlia Campbell has a star over on the sideline. Marlia?
Here with you, Doka Azubuike. Doke, affectionately called. First of all, I have to settle the debate. Can you spell Doke for the KU faithful? I've seen way too much of this online.
A lot of people say it differently. Some spell it D-O-K, some spell it D-O-K. It's all right. You're right.
Toss up. Okay. So you're putting on your coach's shoes today. Give me the evaluation of the red team right now.
Oh, I think we started a little sluggish at first, but we're getting back. We played a little defense, made a little shot, so we're back in the game. So.
All right. I got to ask you this. Coming back to Lawrence, I mean, we've just had so many special moments tonight. Of course, the highlight, getting to see the Magnificent Seven going down the starting lineup. A surprise engagement. What is it like to be back here in KU country?
It's always great coming back. I enjoy coming back, especially for the kids. Like my favorite part of it is just seeing the kids walking with a smile on their face. And like coming back, seeing everybody. We even got an engagement today, so that's pretty exciting. So like, I'm just glad to be back, man. It's really exciting just to be back.
Awesome. Well, KU's happy to have you back, but your team needs you back right now, so we'll let you go. Thanks, Udoka. Thank you, guys.
We kind of checked all the boxes, and we had an engagement.
And he did not settle the score on how to properly spell Bill.
No, he did not.
Is it with an E or without an E? I still don't know.
No.
And I don't think he cares.
No, I don't think he cares at all.
Which is kind of nice.
And, it took him to like his fourth year to tell. Everybody was pronouncing both of his names wrong. Like he's got a little something to it. He goes, it doesn't matter. Nobody knows except me. But, you talk a little bit about, he was asking about, what it's like to come back. And I was in Scottsdale in February for the Phoenix Open, going to a restaurant down there, and I ran into Doak. And I know the guys pretty well, but he was so excited to just see a familiar face. And so that's in Phoenix. Then when you come back here, and however many fans are here all know you by Doak and then just worship you. Yeah. And that's the community and the Jayhawk brotherhood and the family up here that they all love coming back to.
So the Kapatic just made another three to put Crimson up 72-64.
She's making a run at MVP.
She is making a run at MVP. And I do have to say, we talked about Christian and his grit and his relentlessness. I mean, I think he gets a lot of that from his mom. His mom played at Mizzou and was one of the best.
Now, as I see Parker come back on the floor here, I have to wonder, is it coincidence that the Brown brothers are on opposite teams, or did they request to play against each other?
That's a good question. I don't know. We'll have to ask Brian that. But, you mentioned Lisa, All-American in Missouri, and she's tough. Man, I've known Lisa and Donnie forever, and it was always fun to go out with them after the game. Oh, there's the Tehan, Mark Tehan there. But we talk about the Brown family and the Tehan family, but I mean, you talk about a mom who's tough on their kids. It was fun to kind of listen to them go back and forth, but they obviously game respects game.
Game definitely respects game. And during that 22 championship run, Kapatic again?
No, rush that one.
During that 22 run, all of the teams wore Title IX shirts during their run, during their warm-ups, and we had a chance to talk to Christian about it. He was like, yeah, when I see that, I think of my mom because of everything that she's kind of paved the way and been a part of. And that definitely translates to me and my brother and our family because of how tough and relentless she was. And so when I think of basketball,
here we go.
Not just the men's game, it's the women's game too, and then he does stuff like that.
Which you see less of in the women's game.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Marlia Campbell just came over here and dropped off a sports section from the Topeka Capital Journal from March 17th of 1991. There's two photos on this. Okay, hang on, there we go. Can I hold this up?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. All right, take a close shot. The Capital Journal's 1991 All-State teams.
Skinny.
And look who is
that
one,
guy?
two people in the South black jersey. That is none other than Greg Gurley.
That's about 100 pounds ago, 33 years ago.
A little less facial hair.
I got a little Brian Henson, brother of Steve Henson, Adam Peaks. Wow.
What I want to know is who had this just lying around.
I know that. Who brought that to you?
That was Marlia. Literally just dropped it off. So Marlia, tag in. Where did you get that
I mean,
from?
they're not selling these out in the lobby. Like, what?
I mean, that clearly came from the vaults, from the archives.
Wow. I have my little gold chain on with a 33 on it. Wow.
Okay. Still rocking the numbers?
No,
you still have that somewhere?
I don't think I do. a gold
But-
chain guy, but how about that?
Just point
I'll
in
have to
case.
show the missus.
Whomever that
Check
came
out.
from, we need to make sure that gets signed. We need to make sure, because that's pretty incredible.
Could auction that bad boy off now.
No question. Oh my gosh. So fun.
Oh, now that would have been the dunk of the game.
Yeah.
A little bounce alley-oop from Malik.
And then the smirk to
And
finish
now-
it off. Just like, yeah, I'll try that again sometime.
That's where he made a living in that corner. Malik
All right,
knocks
we've got
another
it.
one down, now 74 to 83 with 11 minutes to go.
You know what? His brother got in the way.
He did. Look at this. Which he did. He did his job.
Oh.
Not able to capitalize on it.
See, that's what he wanted. They want to posterize each other. That's
Exactly. They want that shot,
Right.
right? I mean, sibling rivalry is real, and it makes you better. Brian Haney is standing by with representatives of McDonald's for a special presentation.
Well, speaking of legacies, did you know in our 16 years of the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic, we've had a chance to feature 22 McDonald's All-Americans. How about that? 22 Mickey D's All-Americans. Coach Self keeps recruiting them. We keep bringing them to Roundball, baby. We're going to bring them all out on the floor right now. I would have been 23, but I was a McDonald's Happy Meal. I never made it on, so it's a big Happy Meal, no doubt. Thanks, Coach Ostertag. Let's get all of our McDonald's All-Americans on the floor, and we're going to bring out the Dobsky family. Tom and Marilyn Dobsky have been so generous over the last 5 years, including this year, as the presenting sponsor of our Round Bowl Classic on Saturday. If you're a McDonald's All-American, will you come out right now? Sharon Collins, Grady Dick, David McCormick, Udoka Azubuike, Wayne Simeon, Julian Wright. The list goes on and on. Let's get all of our McDonald's All-Americans. Lester Earl. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Your McDonald's All-American Roundball Classic All-Stars.
Here with 2022 national champion Mitch Lightfoot. Mitch, in that championship game, your teammate Ochai Agbaji was named most outstanding player. Who today so far earns that title, MOP?
I mean, it's hard to say. I think Christian's done a great job. Kylie's done a great job, came out and made some threes in the second half. But I'd probably have to give my nod of my cap to Christian.
How's it feel coming back and getting to play with some of your old teammates and some other, of the best to ever play at KU?
No, it's awesome. It's good to see everybody. I mean, it's hard to get people together once you're all moved on, but it's great to see some guys I play with and also some legends out here.
Yeah, what does that say about Kansas to bring all of these people who have incredibly busy schedules? You just came back from Belgium. We have a couple of NBA guys out there, getting them all under one roof for this cause.
I mean, I think it just goes to the tradition that this place exudes, and I think that there's so many guys out here that care about it and want to make it better, so it's just good to have them all back.
And that moment at the beginning of the game where the Magnificent Seven got to walk down the tunnel, I mean, how emotional was that for you guys?
No, 100%. It was very emotional. I think all of us are here to support a great cause, and I think Brian has done a great job of putting this event on for so many years in a row.
Awesome. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Mitch. Thanks, Maralia. So we have the winningest Jayhawk in a 6-year career in the house in Mitch Lightfoot, and the winningest Jayhawk in a 4-year career in the house as well, Tyrell Reed.
Yeah, some of this COVID stuff is going to make some records kind of be a little different around all of college basketball. And this is if I think I'm correct, this is the last.
This is it. This is the last year, yes.
This is the last year.
Which for broadcaster types is nice because you don't have to stop and figure out that extra 50-year can't he, when did he start?
Yeah.
Now we can go back to actually playing 4 years of college.
Yeah, and college basketball has changed over the time, too, during COVID.
Yeah, a little bit.
About, they just came out recently with you can transfer 4 times in 4 years,
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the first guy to play at, like, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas, and North Carolina. Like,
jeez.
Or think there's going to be examples like that where guys play it at 4 schools, and it's, I don't know how I feel about that. It doesn't matter what I feel. It's, the reality is it's happening.
There's a tight end at Miami this year who transferred from Oregon. He's about to play, is it his 8th or 9th year of college football?
I think it's his 9th, I read. But it's 8 or 9 is
what
crazy.
What are we doing?
But it's, take advantage of it while you can.
Absolutely. Especially now with NIL, you get a little cash.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So it's an ever-changing landscape, and but good for them. I'm not one that's jealous. Why didn't I get it? Like I'm happy for them.
Yep.
I think it's crazy, the numbers, but it is what it is, and that's, you either embrace it or you get left behind.
Yeah, no, there's no stopping the runaway freight train at this point. By the way, guys, 7-point game, 8 minutes and change to go. 2 years ago, we had a 2-point game, if I'm not mistaken. Last year, we had overtime. We'll talk more about that, but I guess Marlia, it's like shooting fish in a barrel, Marlia. Everywhere you turn is a superstar.
High school champion, national champion, and now world champion, Christian Brown. Christian, 365 days ago today, you were celebrating that world championship. What did it mean to you to bring that back to KU country?
I mean, it was really cool. Obviously, the support has been amazing, throughout my whole career. And then, just come back home and, see all the love. Even when I don't have that championship, it's the same way. But, it was amazing to come back, especially after winning one here. Obviously, the support means the world to me.
I tell you what, we were questioning, is he going to play a couple minutes and then go to the bench? You've been going hard tonight. How excited are you to play in this game?
Well, I came in as a coach, and then I got out here and I saw everybody's face. And, it didn't feel right for me to not, put my shoes on when I'm healthy. So this is an amazing event. It's my first time playing in this, so it's really cool to be a part of it. I wish I was in the NBA Finals, but this will do for this year.
Second best, right? Yeah. Let's talk about that moment at the beginning with the Magnificent Seven, walking the tunnel and getting to high five. You mentioned this is your first round ball. What is it like to get to know that you're helping these families out in this way?
Yeah, even just getting to watch the video, seeing their faces. And knowing how much this means to them, how important it is to their families, just being out here and giving my time, that's not what's important. They're important, and helping them and this cause is really important. So just being out here and giving this little time and getting to see their faces and interact with them was really special for me, and I know it's special for everybody here.
We know this win means a lot to you, so we're going to let you get checked back in, right? Okay, yeah, you go. All right, thanks, guys.
And they're up 14.
He kept looking back, but that's what makes champions, right? You're constantly ready to go, ready to be the next guy in. But I do want to go back to, Scott, you were talking about before we sent it over to Christian, just how exciting this game is year in and year out. Yeah, there might be a 10-point deficit now, but who knows?
Well, last year, it didn't look like it was going to be close, and then all of a sudden it was close, and you wind up with Keith Langford hitting a three with like 1.6 on the clock to put him up 3. And then at the other end, with 1.6, they get it to Wayne Selden in the corner, and he buries the game-tying 3, and we get overtime. That was awesome.
Yeah, and the refs might have a little bit to do with it, too. They'll let the team that's behind kind of fight back and maybe have a few calls go their way. Another guy that's usually here, but obviously can't be here, is Sviatoslav Mikhailuk, who is a reserve on the Boston Celtics, and, sure looks like he's going to be the next KU player with an NBA championship as they're up 3-0 on the Dallas Mavericks.
I'm no NBA official, but I'm fairly certain that was illegal. What just happened there?
I think it was coming down. It's pretty hard to do that. Yes. So now
that wasn't cool.
The red team up 14.
We have hit triple digits officially.
Yeah, we've broken our scoreboard too on the
Tyrell.
It's magic. I love it. Come on, keep the high scoring affair going on. Now, as we talk about the officials, real quick, I am going to give them a shout out. We've got Tommy Vossler, Brett Eckert, David Heifel, and the director of officials is Larry Trobrow. So shout out to you guys for being here and volunteering your time to also make a difference.
And one other guy, Justin Anderson, who's right in front of us, who is the Anderson family, has been unbelievably generous to Kansas athletics, and Justin is a local official here and a dentist here in town. He's also donating his time. So big shout out to these guys that take a little grief but also have a lot of fun and donate their time.
Whoever in the crowd was the winner of the raffle, Brian was going to know them by name.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, he's like, Aunt Jessica.
That's exactly.
Like, who don't you know, Brian? Who don't you impact? Which again just shows like the magnitude of his heart and how big it is that he can remember everybody's names and probably their stories as well.
Another shout out's got to be, my wife told me that it's Brian Haney's mom's birthday today. Nancy Haney. There you go.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Nancy Haney.
Birthday shout out.
I got to meet her before the game.
She is a staple at Hawk Talk every single week there with Brian and Coach Leipold and Coach Self. Look at the active hands by
Oh.
Ochai.
Ochai taking it in.
Now that left-handed dunk that he...
Back within 10.
Remember the Creighton game? He had that steal, little left-handed dunk to put that one away on the national title run. No shot clock, so air ball, I believe. Okay.
Oh, and now we're running over fans, which
And
sometimes
kid fans.
can be a great thing. Oh, but look, Mitch Lightfoot lifting him up over his shoulders, making some fun out of it. Isn't that's what this is all about?
Kids thinking that didn't feel like a Lightfoot.
I see what you did there, and
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
Dynamite drop in.
One of the things I do want to point out is the clock's winding down.
Let's watch a replay of this.
We have a replay.
And boom.
Oh.
Way to go, Mitch. Jeez. Oh, Tyrell.
What the recovery.
Tyrell.
Nice job. Oh, and the fist pump from number 1. I just love that for him.
They really needed that bucket. Because Red's going to score here.
I don't think Jay Will and CB are going to allow this to become a game.
No. No shot clock.
They're not throttling down in these final 3.5.
They won't.
No.
But they're not in charge. So we shall see.
Christian actually is in charge.
He
He's
actually
a coach.
is. That's true. Yeah, he is a coach player. We are going to send it to Marlia Campbell, who's over on the blue sideline. Marlia?
All right, guys, we are here with Coach David McCormick. Coach, you guys are down a little bit right now. What's it going to take to get the win tonight?
You know, our guys are competing. I think it's just going to take some team chemistry. We're going to get in the flow. You know, we've been down in the second half before, but we come out with a win. So
You guys are going to need a couple big shots. You are the king of big shots, the 2022 National Championship clincher. What was that moment like? Do you still think about that?
Oh, definitely. It's a historic moment. It's a magical moment for me. Playing with my brothers, family being there. It's just one of my most elite memories from playing basketball.
Yeah, it gives us chills every time we watch it. And I'll tell you what, back in Lawrence today, these fans love you. How exciting is it to be back in Jayhawk country?
Oh, I love being back in Lawrence. It's been too long since I've been back since last time. It's always love, it's always family, and it's Rock Chalk forever, honestly.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we'll let you get back to it. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
One of the most iconic pictures where he's going up for that little baby hook over Brady Manick and the elevation. You know, David was suffering an injury pretty much the end of his year. Just his foot was just killing him, but he was able to power through it, play through pain, elevate over Brady Manick. That was the play of the year. I mean, there was no other choice. You're going to go down to Big Dave. He was near and dear to my heart because he was number 33. He wore it a little bit better than I did.
No foul there. Marlia didn't ask him the question, though.
What's that?
Who should have been the most outstanding player of the Final Four?
And you know, the way Kansas works with the way we retire jerseys, if you're the MOP, All Big 12 Player of the Year, or an All-American, you get your jersey.
Oh, is that, yep.
And so MOP does it.
That's the criteria.
And the reason I really wanted Dave, number one, selfishly, to see 33 up there, but I love Dave, and he deserves it because Ochai was going up anyway.
Yeah.
He was an All-American.
For sure.
He was Player of the Year in the conference.
Yep.
And so this added to his list of accolades, but that would have been a nice little feather in the cap for,
no doubt.
for Big Dave.
No doubt. All right, one more jam here. What do you think?
No question.
I thought he might maybe go between the legs or something. That was, I say that like that was nothing.
That one's not winning a dunk contest.
Yes, a lot of things would go wrong if I tried that.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to seal the deal here for Crimson as they're up 114 to 99.
We need a 15-point shot like in one of those MTV.
Globetrotter.
Yeah.
Devontae was trying to draw some fouls earlier. Officiating crew not having it.
This is going to be an anticlimactic.
Yeah, that's all right.
This so sucks. I mean, have a little fun with it, you know, like as you're wrapping this up. Make it a dunk fest. Get the people on their feet. This is what they're here for. Have a little bit of fun. 50 seconds. Wilson.
I think the part I really like about this is after this, we're all going to go to a local restaurant and kind of hang out, just tell stories and have a few adult beverages.
Safe to say there are no losers here.
Right. So it's
yeah.
I always enjoy that. But I enjoy that. Not that I don't enjoy being with you two as always. I didn't mean it like that, but
No offense taken
yes,
whatsoever. Not at all. So now we're just going to do a half-court shooting contest here.
Oh, Daryl Stuckey just got in the mix. You see, he got that rebound.
He did, and I appreciate that. The clock also stopped there for a second.
There he goes again.
And we have an extra player.
Daryl Stuckey throws it to his...
So we're 6 on 5 here for the final.
Rebounded and threw it to his brother-in-law.
And here we go.
It's going to do it. Uh-oh. CB.
What a way to finish it off with a little bit of a windmill dunk. Everyone standing up on their feet, a standing ovation. Devontae with one last attempt. Does not come through, but you know what, that's okay, because again, this event, so incredible, so amazing, so fun, and just so inspirational. Guys, before we wrap up, Crimson takes the win, 116-101. That's your final for the 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic. Do you have an MOP, MVP?
I'll probably go with Christian Brown, his first, and maybe, I don't think it'll be his only, because I think he'll definitely come back, but it was his rookie entrance into the Rock Chalk Roundball Classic, so let's give it to CB. He deserves another award after state titles, national titles, NBA titles.
Yeah, the mantle's probably a little empty at this point.
Completed the set.
Yeah, no, it's Christian Brown. Absolutely.
Amazing. Well, I would have to agree. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in tonight. The 16th annual Rock Chalk Roundball Classic is officially a wrap. Remember, log on to rockchalkroundballclassic.com to become a part of this event, to donate, and to change lives for kids battling pediatric cancer. For Scott Reese, Greg Gurley, Marlia Campbell, I'm Danny Welniak. Have a great night. Rock Chalk Jayhawks.